Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my garden, Serendipity. I named my garden finally. I'm in love with that name, and I also thought I'd change my channel name because I wanted to make things more about the garden, include other things in there, but mainly focus on the development and growth of the garden that I finally have, the garden of my dreams. Before I begin, I thought I'd do a little haul because I've been going to the garden center way too much. Just can't help myself whenever I see seeds. I'm like, I need to add these to my garden. I went to Lowe's not too long ago and I picked up some sugar baby watermelon. I wanted those because they don't grow too big and they're really sweet, so I've heard. So I thought that they would be nice, almost personal sized watermelon. My kids are obsessed with watermelon, so it'd be really cool for them to each have their own. Sprinkle a little bit of salt and then scoop it out with a spoon. That's how I ate it growing up. I don't know about you. Right now it's not the time for watermelon, but whenever it is, I have the seeds ready to go because all of the other stores that I saw online were sold out. I also picked up the rainbow carrot mix. My daughter picked this one up. You wanted this one, huh? She really liked the colors. I have scarlet nanties and little finger carrots, but I got these for her. Also some cauliflower. This is the early snowball white cauliflower. I also have another type. I think it's called the self-blanch cauliflower. And I wanted to grow this one because I want to be able to try different varieties. And my kids love cauliflower wings. I have the Blue Lake stringless pole bean. Looks like this. It's chilly, right? So chilly. I had a different type of pole bean. I think it was also Blue Lake pole bean, but only one plant survived, so I thought I'd pick up another pack just so that next year I have some ready to go. Next, I got some zinnias. These are the giant double flowered canary bird. They look like this. I actually got these for you, baby. Her favorite color is yellow, so every time I see yellow flowers now, I think of her, and so I'm picking up as many as I can because I know it's going to make her so happy to see them bloom. Here you go. And then my son's favorite color happens to be blue and I think purple. When we went to the garden center, I had them each choose one plant. I wanted them to get seeds, but they said that seeds take way too long. So they each got one flower, and he went for the purple bluish ones and she went straight for the yellow. So I picked up some bachelor buttons in Blue Boy. Also these Emerald Pacific mixed delphinium. These have purples, blues, and then some really pretty whites. I just love the structure of these. Yeah, a little bit of yellows for you, right? Here's another veggie that I got. This is an early white bush scallop squash.
Ooh, that's my favorite.
I got this one because I thought the shape of it was pretty cool. The structure of them really sort of draws me in. And then the last two flowers I got were the Oklahoma mix zinnia. I got these because my favorite color scheme are those soft pinks and corals.
A
Well,
little
not corals.
bit under a lot of yellow.
Yeah, there's a lot of yellow here. You're really gonna like these, huh? Um, my favorite color scheme is more of the soft pinks, like pastel, peachy colors. And I feel like these have a good combination of brights and soft pinks. So I got that one. And the last one that I picked up is the Eskimo Marigold. The reason I got this one is because I know that the marigold flower has a really cool back history and they're very popular. And I know my kids love yellow, but me, I like more of the softer colors, and I've never seen a white marigold before, so I thought I'd try my hand at these. These are the two flowers that they each picked out. So my son went for the crown blue pansy, which looks like this. It's so pretty.
I went to the yellow.
And you went straight for the yellow, right? Which one did you get? You got the French marigold dwarf, which is also a really, really beautiful flower. I like that one a lot too. I never ever go for the blues. While we were walking by, I for some reason never even pay attention to them. But now that I know that he really likes them, I mean he's two, but knowing that they interest him, I'm gonna pick up more of these because I feel like you don't really get to see blue flowers or blue toned or blue hued flowers anywhere. So I want to include things that they like so that they are more involved in the garden and so that they're excited to see their own plants in here. And then I also picked up this tray. The reason I picked this one up is because I have a lot of starter trees that I bought on Amazon. And once spring starts coming around, a few weeks prior to that, I want to make sure that I start up some seed trays and I want to make sure that I have all of the supplies on hand already. Typically, to water the garden, I use this watering can. I bought it from Walmart for like $3.90 something, $4 pretty much. And I thought that all watering cans were the same, but they're not. So this is the one that I bought. And when we went to Lowe's, my kids are obsessed with watering cans and they wanted one. And I kept trying to talk them out of it, and they convinced me. I think they were more excited about these than the flowers and seeds themselves. And so I picked up these two, and I've tried them out already, and they work so much better. These were like $5 each. This one was $4, and they work. If you are starting out and you see either of these, pick up this one if you're ever at a Lowe's or if they carry them at Home Depot. It's by the brand Garden Treasures. Because of the placement of the hole versus this one, you can fill it up with as much water as you want and you're not going to have any spilling from the top, whereas this one is so close to the front of the watering can that I do this myself too. Whenever I'm trying to water things, it's kind of awkward to hold on to, and water always comes out from the top, but I need to fill it up quite a bit because the spout starts from up here, so if I don't fill it up enough, then no water comes out. I don't know if that makes sense, but don't get this one. Get these. These are amazing. Last thing I picked up today actually are these 30 Twists by Gardener's Blue Ribbon. These I picked up because, hold on one second, I have some new additions. I picked up not one, but two grapevines. These are the Cabernet grape.
And they're very yummy.
They're delicious. And these are the Chardonnay grape. So these are green, these are purple. My husband loves green grapes because they're not as sweet and he thinks they're a little bit like sourish, tangy. And these I love because they're way more sweet. And these are your favorite too, right? The purple ones. So I bought two. They were each $28.98. So if you guys live in Arizona, you guys should probably check out your Lowe's or even Home Depots to see if they have grapes in season because I never know when anything's in season. This is my first year ever gardening, and I just happened to stop by to pick up some other things, and I saw these. They only had a few. They probably had about six, and I took two of them. So the cool thing about these is if you're into green grapes, these don't need a pollinator. The Chardonnay grape, the Cabernet grape does. If you get the purple one, you need at least another grapevine. So it works great with the green one. So I got two to put in the back two trellises. And we're going to plant those up today. But first, we're going to plant up your flowers, right? Yeah? All right, so let's get to it. As you guys can see here, I have chicken wire because a few days ago, a cat got into the grow bags. I had to protect them. It wasn't too bad because I don't have anything growing in them yet. I was pretty disappointed because I didn't think it would get into the grow bags, but it did. So all I did was I went.
I told you I'd get it in these bags.
You were right, it did get in the bags. So all I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna lift it up. It's just a piece that I cut out, formed to the bag, and then I use these landscaping pins to keep it in place. I'm gonna pull it out and then we're gonna start planting. What do you know? A miracle? I actually put the hose.
My first.
Oh, yours first? I actually put the hose where it goes. I plan on putting one grape right in the center of this trellis. That way it can take over this entire thing. And then I plan on putting the other one, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I wanted to put it behind this trellis, pretty much where one of the okra is going to be. I mean, those are going to come down soon. In a few more weeks, they're not going to be producing anything else. So I think I'm just going to try to work around it. I first came up with the design of the garden and I put the trellises there. I had plans of growing things like tomatoes and beans. I also have other options to trellis beans. And then for tomatoes, I can build tomato cages. So I always have those options. But for the grapes, I wanted something more permanent. So I am for sure going to put them on the outer portions of each trellis and I'm going to try to move one of the okras. Hopefully, I'm successful. If not, then at least I'm happy that I got to harvest some. And then next season that I plant them, I'll just choose a different location for them, which makes me so sad because I love my okra plants. But I need to give these grapes their home because that's going to be their permanent spot. I know what I can and can't plant around them, and it's going to be fine. You know what? I grew okra once, I'll grow them again. Pow pow, no, do it again. I'm going to start with the section that doesn't hurt as much, which is the leafy greens, because I know that I'm not really going to disturb anything right now. I'm going to try to keep it as close to the trellis as I possibly can. Which means I might have to cut out a little bit of the chicken wire that I have underneath here. I want to put it in the center of the trellis. That way it's not too heavy on either side and it has enough room to sort of branch out and I can weave the canes as I see fit. The good thing is that I don't have anything growing back here yet or even just sprouting, so I don't feel bad. I have a few beans right up against the trellis and I'm just going to leave those be. So I'm going to plant it right here. I think once everything in the garden has time to establish itself, it's gonna be so pretty. Oh, I see roots. I'm so sorry, you guys. But this must be done. I think once everything has a few years to settle in and grow, the trellises are gonna be showstoppers because one of them is gonna be full of grapevines and grape clusters, and the other one is gonna be full of red blooming roses. It's gonna be a sight to behold. It's just gonna take a while to get there. I have gardening gloves. I don't know why I don't ever use them. I'm running into a few roots, so I'm trying not to disturb anything as much as I possibly can. So I think that hole might be big enough. We'll see. Right now I'm gonna go bring the grape plant over. Goodness gracious, these things are huge. Okay, I'm a little short, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this by myself. I might have to call my husband out here to help me. Oh gosh. Should I sort of like squeeze it? Bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Okay. You know what? Okay. It is what it is. I'm too short for this. The steak is what was giving me trouble. Well, at least I know for the next one what not to do, which was all of this. Sorry, little guy. Oh my god, my poor plants. Note to self, ask for help. Also, dig bigger holes. One day, I'm gonna look back at this and I'm gonna laugh. Today might not be that day, but one day I will. Oh, oh, you guys. What did I just do? I thought this was gonna be such an easy process. And it probably would have been had I been a little bit more organized. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know? You know, that's one thing that always sort of like makes me laugh is that oftentimes putting things in the garden, especially when you're a beginner like me, can be daunting tasks. And oftentimes you're gonna make a lot of mistakes and it's messy. But they're fixable mistakes, or a lot of the times people don't even realize. They just see the end product and they're like, wow, I can't believe you did this. And only you know everything that you went through to get it to look that way. And I'm just trying to spread the soil out a little bit more so that it's not so obvious that I just made a huge mess here. And I'm also trying to pack it down as much as I can. I'm so sorry, little guy. You didn't deserve that. I'm gonna have to do a lot of research on how to prune these and keep them nice and healthy. But for now, it's gonna look awesome. One thing that I do know about these grapevines is that for the first at least year, I'm going to have to cut off any fruit that comes off of them so that they can focus on establishing themselves before they start working on producing fruit. Oh man, this little guy is the one that I'm gonna need to try and move. Gardening is so much fun, but man, sometimes it's really sad. Oh, I feel like I'm already starting to hit roots. That okra plant is really in there, huh? Okay. Whoa, look at that monster. This thing is a beast, and it's still pretty small. So I think I can still save this. So I'm gonna gently set it down and look at all these other roots that got torn. I have bigger shovels. Why am I not using my bigger shovels? Because I don't want to walk to the garage, that's why. So far, it still seems a lot easier than the other garden bed, which is funny because I thought the other one would be a lot easier since it has way less plants in it, but I was most definitely wrong. It's pretty cool to see all of the roots down here in this hole because I started all of these okra plants from seed, and seeing all of their life down in the soil just makes me feel so proud, even though I'm basically destroying all of this. So I think that hole is good enough. I'm gonna bring my grapevine over. As you can see, this one has a lot more roots in it. So I feel like this one might be a little bit stronger, maybe older, more established. This one was a little bit bigger. There's actually some vines that were even longer than this, but the reason I didn't grab them is because these barely fit in my car. Oh my gosh, this is so satisfying for some reason. Ow, splinters! Yep, I'm gonna do this around on the other side. So I'm gonna do this over this portion of the garden bed so that if there is a mess, it's easier for me to clean. Come on. It's also because of these roots. I might just have to maybe cut them out. Yep. I think I'm gonna have to do that. I thought it would be so much easier on this side. So the roots have actually grown into the pot quite a bit and sort of gotten themselves stuck in there. You know what? I have scissors. I have scissors. So I'm gonna cut through this plastic without harming the vines, without harming the roots. Oh, there you go. Oh, you're safe, little guys. There you go. Oh, and yet I still made a mess. If you want to get a good workout in, take up gardening. Trust me. Maybe not so good for your blood pressure, but sure is a good workout. Time to fill this baby back in. I'm just noticing I need to make sure to trellis some of these beans up as well. Okay, so I'm gonna have one of them growing straight up and then the other one sort of spread out. Is that a dumb idea? And then I'm just gonna keep sort of just weaving it. I might skip one and then do another one. That way you can sort of branch out if it needs to. If you guys have any grapevines at home and I'm doing this wrong, please let me know because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going off of what I think feels right. I uncovered as many of these plants as I could. There might be a few that are still buried, but I think they can still pop up. And in case they don't, oh, this one's gonna bug me. In case they don't, I will just go through and I'll just go through and reseed if I need to. But you know what? I have a lot of clusters here that I needed to thin out anyways. And I have extra seeds. So I have time if I need to. Let's just start digging. How do other people make this look so easy? Also, because it doesn't have a huge root ball, I feel like it's going to be a lot easier to move. Oh my god, I'm already hitting fruits. Is it crooked? It's crooked, isn't it? Oh man. Okay, there you go. Whew, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. And the rest of the garden bed doesn't really look like it's been disturbed. And I'm happy because if it makes it, then good. And if it doesn't, then at least I tried. I hope that by watching these garden with me videos, you guys are encouraged to start a garden of your own or things that might seem daunting, because trust me, if I can do it and I make a mistake every other second when it comes to gardening, then you guys can do it too. And it's so rewarding at the end of the day because it's a lot of hard work and a lot of trial and error, but it's just an amazing feeling that you get when you accomplish things like this. I still have time to look things up and come back and fix it if I need to. But there's one of my grapes. This vine is actually, I think, a little bit longer. So I went back in and I did move the vines around. So I have one going straight up and then the other two going more horizontally. I think I'm going to end this vlog just by watering everything. I don't know if I'll include that in the footage just because this video is probably already going to be long enough as is. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next one.